Hello guys, what is up? It is me, Rahul here. You might be thinking to yourselves, is this the alumni franchise you did? Well, let me explain. So I decided now that I'm going to be doing it separate episodes. So that way I don't have to run myself into the ground and try to do a complete season, only one season. I tried to do this with a custom league, two custom leagues. The Boston Bruins custom league, which included some custom teams I made, like the Cleveland Bruins, the Atlanta Flames, the Colorado Rockies, the Kansas City Scouts, the Oakland Seals, the Minnesota North Stars. It came to a point where the LA Kings were in our division, in our Eastern Conference playoffs, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" So I decided, like, hey, you know what? I'm done. I am not doing anything else. I deleted it. Now, I could make a roster. I wouldn't know how to do this, but I would have to create a roster with creative players of, or I could have the original players that play, like any significant players on the original team, like the Minnesota North Star, like Cleveland Barons, Kansas City Scouts, Colorado Rockies, all those players. Excuse me. Because the Colorado squads are back. As you see, Washington is up by a goal. That isn't good. So if you do enjoy this series, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Now, if this video ends up being long, just note that I did make a very long video and I had to chop it up. And I had to run through this entire series just to get to the point where I am at. And I actually had to do some divisional realignment. Now, I wouldn't do divisional realignment in this case, but because I'm such like a sensitive dude, sort of thing. Excuse me. As you can see, I am doing that a fight. I pretty much decided to do that. I put Quebec, Hartford in the Atlantic Division. I actually put Buffalo in our division, and one New York team, the New York Rangers, in our division. So that way, the other New York team, the New York Islanders and the New Jersey Devils, are in the Metropolitan Division, and Detroit is back in the Western Conference. That team has Gordie Howe. Now you might be thinking to yourselves, Raul, don't the Hartford Whalers have Gordie Howe? Yeah, they do. It doesn't really matter to me that much, though. Excuse me, because most of the squads you see here are pretty interesting. The squads that you see are pretty cool, are pretty interesting, and they have good research. They have good history behind it. Yeah. What? what else can I say? The Washington Capitals alumni is the Ottawa Senators alumni should be far greater than it was, and yeah, there's a fight. You know what? I'm actually gonna put the fighting scale so much higher because I'm sick, actually, and tired of the fact that the fighting is not where it's at. So, rules first off. Has to be 2 out of 2. And I'm gonna put it on rookie because for future games. Because the next couple of games you're gonna see, they're gonna be on semi-pro. And literally, this game I had it within reach. But you're gonna see my oh my god, excuse me, you're gonna see my ignorance, you're gonna see everything. And the fact of the matter is, I was just a horrible, horrible player. Like, I tried to do everything on skill stick. Now, in the previous franchises, I did like one game I did a hybrid, and I didn't know what I was thinking. Completely. But I hated everything. I just hated everything. You know, like, in life, you hate certain things, yeah. This is what I hated. I didn't know why the Minnesota certain classic franchises didn't have their own alumni franchises. Like, the the Colorado Rockies, the Kansas City Scouts, the Cleveland Barons, the California Seals, or Oakland Seals, or Bay Area Seals, however you want to call them. The Montreal Maroons. Like, you have so many teams, the Hamilton Tigers. You have so many teams that deserve an alumni team, yet they don't get one. Even the defunct teams that, went down during the Great Depression due to World War One, World War Two. Clark scored a goal. Current players should also be on alumni teams. The issue is, and I think I said this in a previous recording of an alumni team episode of the Boston Bruins, was that this squad, this team, does not have Bobby Orr or any of the classic Bruins, and I was just like, what the heck? Because Bobby Orr is a key piece of the Stanley Cups when the Boston Bruins earned them. But what's crazy to me is that when I played this, William Ray was on the Boston Bruins. He wasn't in this game. He's in a future game. I can't remember which one. But excuse me. The thing is with this team is that it's semi-pro. And most of the time, this happens. It's not the same thing for rookie because it's X Factors, which the X Factor thing is bullcrap. It's bullcrap, but it's bullcrap. However, it makes sense, and we scored a goal to get in reach. By the way, so my point is the X Factor thing in EA NHL, NHL 23 and 22 actually, those versions were absolute bad because they don't have like a certain amount to get to earn the X Factor and then lose the X Factor. The X Factor is always activated in game. I understand it's not like American football where you have to do it play by play. However, in hockey, it's like every single possession you have. In the NBA 2K series, when it comes to my career, when it comes to like my GM, they have a takeover meter. You guys would know this. And when the takeover meter is on, that's when they take over. That's where they become like Super Saiyan. They become superhuman. In this game, in NHL 23-22, it's not like that. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling about like certain features, but the point is, and I'm gonna have to address this so many times throughout this. Maybe in upcoming games, I don't know. But if this is gonna be the only video, please stay tuned for like upcoming games and get ready for like an all-out like massive video. Although actually, I changed my mind. I won't make it a massive video. Please be ready for the fact that this game has potential. And this is what I want to address. I'm going to be trying to play every single opponent. Now, for the first couple of games, some of them are third period. For the next episode, some of them are third period. You might be thinking to yourselves, well, why are they third period? As you see, we scored a goal. Anyway, because I want, like, to be able to get to season quicker, and I want to be able to face some of the alumni teams, some of the greater alumni teams. The alumni teams I would want to face are the St. Louis Blues, the Detroit Red Wings, New York Rangers, and obviously the Montreal Canadiens. You might be thinking to yourselves, why the Detroit Red Wings? And why the Montreal Canadiens? Well, last time I checked for the Montreal Canadiens, they have at least 9 X Factors. And they have Patrick Roy and Jacques Plante. You might be thinking to yourself, why would they have 2 goalies? Let me put this in context. Jacques Plante was the greatest goalie for the Montreal Canadiens. I think back in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, when the Montreal Canadiens, back in the original 6, were like a super team. That's the best way I could describe it. They were a super team. For Patrick Roy, his career is different. He won Stanley Cups in Montreal, and in order to ease controversy between the two goalies, Patrick Roy and another goalie, the Montreal Canadiens decided to trade him to the Colorado Avalanche, who are just in their first season of operations as the Colorado Avalanche. This is a fact, and if you want to look this up, you can for Patrick Roy. Although I could be wrong, you know. And I realized that because the Colorado, I'm actually gonna see this. I'm actually looking this up on my own. So, Colorado Avalanche. Okay. Colorado Avalanche. they were a team since 1995. Okay. Now, you might also. Sorry if I'm not like not like paying attention, but hey, it is what it is. I'm trying to prove my point here, but Ray Bourque, Adafute, there's obviously a fight. Patrick Roy, 1995 till like 2003. They were drafted, and because 4 games into the 1995 to 96 season, he was traded to the Colorado Avalanche. And it was mid-season. So not at the beginning of the season, my bad. Correction. It was mid-season. And he helped the Colorado Avalanche to win their first Stanley Cup as starting operations as the Colorado Avalanche. And that's a first for me. Because technically, if the Quebec Nordiques ever come back, technically speaking, if the NHL decides to do this, if they transfer over the original Winnipeg Jets history to the new one, so they could say like the Atlanta Thrashers, relocated to the new Winnipeg Jets, like the old Winnipeg Jets deactivated, Atlanta Thrashers became, as an expansion team, they relocated as the new Winnipeg Jets, and the Arizona Coyotes became, well, I don't know how to say it. Ooh, good move. And then we go up the ice. See, this is the odd thing. I can't commentate on football. I can't commentate on football very easily. What's going on, even though I can ramble at such and such. However, commentating a ice hockey game is really hard. It truly is. And the fact of the matter is, hockey is such a very awkward sport. And we get a one-timer goal by Simmer. Which, by the way, as you see, I'm struggling really bad. And, by the way, sometimes I hate this series so much because I don't like the fact that this series has like made me want to like think about other things, and like I don't know how to say it, but I've always wanted to go back to NHL so bad, and this is perfect timing. However, I am not impressed about the state about NHL today. And you might be thinking to yourselves, Raul, why would you think like that? Why would you think? Well, it's because of the fact that this game has wanted to give me nightmares. And as you can see, I paused right here. I won't tell you why, because it's a personal reason. I hate it so much. So bad, and yeah. And yeah, I hate it so bad. Yeah, I hate it so bad. Huh. So, I will say this, and the Colorado Avalanche have won the Stanley Cup in 2021 to 2022, and the Boston Bruins lost in the very first season. So, um, yeah, and this is where I gotta say for the game. I hope you guys understand why I'm making this. And next episode is going to include some games where I like, and some games that just gave me full disappointment. And I'm gonna make sure I upload the episodes and periodically. And I understand if these videos are not fully edited, they're just like, oh, commentary post, commentary post, commentary post, commentary post. I used to edit, okay? I used to edit, don't get me wrong. However, I realized, like, I don't need Adobe Pro. And that costs, like, a ton of money. Um, yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't matter to me. And as you see, this just stuff happens. I tried to shoot, right, and a goalie goal fight happens, and it makes me sick and tired to the point where I don't understand why this happens a lot. I just don't understand why. I just don't understand why. And now it's on a 4-on-4. So basically, this is happening, and you can still score goals in a 4-on-4. It's just it, it makes it so much easier. Like it's not easier. It's just a lot more different. Also, I wish they had the NBC broadcast system, because that was a whole lot better. I understand, like, the license. Sorry about the interruption. So, the licensing deals are there. And this guy, Maroc, decided to score a goal again. Like, this was the Washington Capitals alumni. And, it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like it just doesn't make sense. And this keeps on happening. Marok does it again. I think that was his third goal of the game or something. And yeah, possibly. And this was on 4-on-4, by the way, on semi-pro. And this was 3-on-3. We were losing by 2 goals, 5-3. So it doesn't make any sense to me. And we scored a goal right back, 4-5. Park. This is what I don't like. Whenever it's a 1-on-1, it's a 50-50 with the goalie and the skater in front when they're alone. And I feel like most of the time when it comes to X factors, especially when it comes to like overtime games and stuff like that, it usually is like guaranteed. Like nothing. The goalie can't do anything. In between the legs, like outside the near the post and everything, it doesn't like happen. It just doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm like, what the heck? Can something like be done? Like maybe, but it's like it doesn't happen. It just doesn't, and it's like, what? Like, what's going on? I tried to doing that tactic where I go right and shoot in a right, like, do, like, classics, but that's always my classic. I don't know if it would work in All-Star or Pro difficulty. I have tried Pro difficulty, don't get me wrong, back in NHL 19, but I was an absolute idiot, by the way, on trying it on Pro difficulty. And let me tell you why. Pro difficulty would not work for me, especially if I try to play like I play on all Pro difficulty, and I can on Madden franchise, and I can make it work. But I don't play on all like I'm trying to think of the difficulty. All Madden, where it's like super impossible versus the rookie. It's like easy. And then pro, all pro, all Madden. I usually do all pro. Now, for 2K, I don't really know, but like for this game, I do semi-pro. I tried Superstar and All-Star, but they were just hot garbage. And I couldn't tell. That 82,000 challenge, back in like the London Monarch series, yeah, I had to cheat to get that. Why? Because if I did it legitimately through semi-pro, pro difficulty, it would have worked. And Green decides to be like, hey, let me score a goal. This and that. It does not make any sense to me. Why this stuff happens? I just don't understand. I just don't. And there's like a delayed penalty. I'm like, what? It's like, why? And I was like 43.2 seconds. I was like, screw me. It's practically a 5-on-4. And like, I'm trying to score goals here. I can't. They are asking me to pull the goalie. It makes me pissed off. This game makes me pissed off. I have to play on rookie to the equivalent of a idiotic, silly goose of a franchise. This is. The Boston Bruins are good, but were they good in the original 6? I don't know. So you know what I had to do? I basically put it in my own net. Yes. And Laughlin got credit for the goal. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Y'all are legends in my book as well as for me. I will see y'all in the next one, and peace.